Yo, what's going on, everybody? Hope all is going well. So, y'all, I had this whole thought in my mind about what today's episode was going to be about. And I was so close to having that episode, and right at the last minute, my mind said, "Let's talk about this." And usually when my mind does that, it's something that my intuition is telling me to talk about. And so I'm hoping today's episode is what y'all really want to hear and need to hear. May not be for all of y'all, but for the majority of y'all. So how I operate is a little different from other folks. And I'm not saying I'm superly severely unique. I'm sure some other individuals that are like me, but my days are all about staying busy. Staying active is probably the right words I should use. Wake up in the morning. I start out with, of course, taking my meds I need to take, and then from there, getting into my gratitude journal, getting into my affirmations, listening to upraising, motivational, spiritual music, and then once I do that, I'll start my day. Sometimes I might even meditate, and then I start my day. Either it's a work day and I'm going to work, or either it's a weekend and I'm going to the gym. I go to the gym first thing in the morning on Saturday, Sundays. As soon as the gym open, I'm like the first guy there, basically, right? And so when I get home from the gym, take a shower, right? As I rightfully should do so. If I didn't, you wouldn't want to be around me. So I take a shower, and then I get out the shower and I go and do something that's educational for myself, maybe like writing a podcast episode, or maybe like looking at a YouTube video, something that I can do to help me have another opportunity so I can learn something new to be able to share with y'all. And so I never really just sit still and not do anything. Now we'll watch TV, football, basketball from time to time, but while I'm doing it, I'm usually multitasking and writing a podcast or doing something different, right? And so my day is all about staying active. And with me staying active, it keeps me grounded. Not everybody is like me. And the last thing I want you to do is try to be like me if it's not you. But I am a guy that's inspirational, and some of you want to be inspirational. So if you want to be like Coach James, you by all means you can be. But I would never force someone to be me. I would rather you be yourself, but with a couple tools and ideas that I give you. But anyways, I just keep moving. I keep grinding. I keep going. My wife asked me the other day. She was like, "Hey," she was like, "When you're sick, you still go to the gym?" And I was like, "Yeah." She goes, "When your body's hurting, you still go to the gym?" Like, yeah. Even when you had the longest day of work, a 12-hour day, you still go to the gym. Yeah. Even when you're sick, you still go to work. Yeah. That's me. I stay active. I keep moving. And why me staying active is important to me is for a couple reasons. Number one, I feel like when I sit too long in a spot, it causes me to pick up or uh, enjoy a bad habit, like drinking, right? Like watching something on YouTube or TV that's not really netting me anything or going to benefit me for the future. No, I'm not saying I don't watch unnecessary crap, right? But I'm just saying usually I try not to, right? But it's important for me to keep grinding and to keep moving because it keeps me grounded. And if you're one of those individuals today that's tired of your life being the way it is, uh, you feel like you have no purpose, you're just not enjoying life, or you just kind of just been beating yourself up lately and just hate what's going on around you. The goal is for you to be active. Let me tell you what active is going to do for you. It's going to do a couple things, right? Number one, with you staying active, it's going to keep you moving. The more you move, the more your mind continues to move. The more your mind continues to move, the more you start to think and see things, right? When you see things, you think about things. And when you think about things, it leads you to different avenues and boulevards. And down these avenues and boulevards that your mind take you to, sometimes you find purpose. No, your purpose might not always be a positive purpose, but you find purpose, right? So the goal for someone that's struggling with being active and staying active is to keep moving, stay active, because it doesn't do any good for you to sit on the couch and just beat yourself up all day. It doesn't do any good for you to stay in the bed all day and neglect to deal with life, because that's what it symbols to me. When you set your alarm and your alarm keep going off and you keep hitting the snooze button, I take that as if somebody's just not ready to deal with reality or life that day. You're just not ready to deal with other people, or you're just not ready to deal with yourself. Some of us have some very deep insecurities, and we would rather run from that and stay in the bed all day and hide than deal with ourselves. Staying active is very important, and you've got to deal with yourself, and you got to learn to understand your insecurities and why you have insecurities. But I tell you, you staying active is going to benefit you a lot, because from your activity, you're going to find purpose. And from your purpose, you're going to find different ways to enjoy life. And that's what me staying active is all about. I have all these little small things that I do to enjoy life. The gym is fun to me. So I go to the gym 5, 6 days a week. Me podcasting is fun. So I podcast a couple times a week. My job is challenging, but I like challenging stuff. And so I go to work even when I don't feel like going to work. It's because me staying active brings me purpose. And from that purpose, it brings me enjoyment in life. And this message today is for those who are struggling with trying to find themselves or trying to find their purpose. Because if you're in one spot too long and you're not staying active, chances are you're never going to find your purpose. And then you're going to be demotivated. And then you're going to find yourself 10 years from now hating yourself, maybe, or hating your lifestyle because you didn't do that thing you always wanted to do. You didn't enroll in school the way you wanted to enroll in school. You didn't apply for that position at work, although you had all the credentials to apply. And so that's what staying active means to me. Keeps me grounded. And so I'll ask that question to you today and ask you, what does staying active do for you? And if you don't know what staying active does for you, what I'm thinking, and again, I'm just guesstimating, but what I'm thinking maybe is that you're not staying active enough. You're going to learn so much from TV, um, and that's reality TV. It doesn't teach you everything you need to know about this world. But however, sitting in one spot too long is not going to net you or benefit you for your future. So my recommendation to you is to find a way to stay active. There's a few things you can do to stay active. Number one, you can sit and read a book. That's activity. You're reading something educational. Number two, go for a walk. Again, as you go for a walk, your mind starts to move because your eye starts to see things. And when you see, you think, right? And when you think, you start to see different things, right? Go for a light jog. Go for a light run. That's going to definitely net you something because you're going to be burning calories. And while you're burning calories, you might lose some weight. You might add some muscle, right? So staying active is the key to my success, your success, and any other folks around you success. I heard a podcaster speaking the other day, and he said successful people do a couple things different from people who are not successful. Number one, they don't make any excuses. Number two, their emotions do not get in the way. No matter how tired they are, no matter how exhausted they are, they go for it. They get it done. And then number three, they see themselves in a whole different light. They've already imagined their life somewhere else. They've already put themselves in the spotlight to be what they want to be. And so that's how successful people stay successful, is that they stay active. They stay grounded. They never find themselves in the same spot too long. And so if you're struggling today, stay active. Find ways to find activity for yourself and for your mind. Hey, y'all, thank y'all for listening. I really appreciate it. Hey, y'all, don't forget to check out my website. It's www.rewirethewayyouthink.com. I'm not hard to find, y'all. I'm on IG all day, every day. It's James Watkins at 40 and Fit Life Coach. If you're struggling today with thoughts of suicide, thoughts of hurting yourself or someone else, please don't hesitate to call the Suicide Prevention Hotline. And hey, y'all, just so you know, if you're interested in having a quick strategy call with me, send me an email at jewatk1@gmail.com. If you don't remember that, just go to my website. You'll find my email there as well. Email me, and I'll send you my calendar link so we can find a time to chat. But that will be $50 for 30 minutes, just so you know. Hey, y'all, I'm Coach James. Let me help rewire the way you think. And as I always say, practice daily mindset rehabilitation. And that's my 2 cents in there, y'all. Peace.